Hey Luke, unfortunately this week's episode of Mom Can't Cook isn't about Brink.
I'm so sorry, listener.
If only there was some way that you could have Brink in your life more often.
Keep the soul skating dream alive week on week.
Well, you can, thanks to some exciting new Mom Can't Cook merch.
Hooray!
Now, Luke, when you woke up this morning, did you say to yourself, today I'm going to talk, or today I'm going to buy a t-shirt, which references the scene in Brink where he says, when you woke up this morning, did you say to yourself, today I'm going to talk, or today I'm going to skate?
I did that one. That's right. We have a cool new t-shirt, a cool Soul Skater inspired t-shirt. It says, today I'm going to, and there are tick boxes for talk and skate. And you know that skate is ticked.
Yeah, you know which one is ticked. But if you want, you can take a marker pen and tick the other one as well.
But people will expect you to be talking and skating at the same time all through the rest of that day. We also have another piece of great Brink merch, which is just for me. I'm going to buy one, and I don't imagine anyone else will. But it really matters nothing to me if you buy this one. It's just for me, but it will be on the store.
Remember when Luke said he wanted an RCA cable t-shirt like Geordie wears?
Yep.
Well, it turns out we can't just copy other people's designs. That's illegal. But we can have a new, unique Mum Can't Cook version of a design. So it's got some RCA cables spelling out the words Mum Can't Cook. It's a real treat for fans of Geordie.
Yep, exactly. So I will be wearing it.
If you want to show your love,
I will be wearing
Geordie from Brink.
I will be wearing it to Disney Bound Geordie, my favourite Brink character. I imagine that will only ever have one sale ever, and it will be me. But, you know, look, here's what I'll say. I can't stop you buying it.
So please do check those out over on momcan'tcookstore.com and enjoy this episode, even though it's not about Brink. I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X-Blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry, because I'll bet my mom can't cook. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Mom Can't Cook, a DCOM podcast that is still going, despite the fact that we have now done Brink. I'm as surprised as anyone. I'm Andy, and I am one of your hosts.
Oh, did you want me on this one as well?
Are you not joining in?
Well, we've done Brink. I sort of thought I could
do Brink again if you want. We open on Andy Brinkerson.
Oh, now you're talking. Yes.
Brinker, I mean.
Here we go.
Runs downstairs.
How could you?
Every week from now on, it's Brink.
No, we can't do that because we're going to need at least 4 podcasts to figure out Genius, the film we're going to start talking about today. I'm Luke Westaway, the other host. Hello. Today we're talking about Genius. It is an absolutely hat-stand Disney Channel original movie. Andy, what are the vital stats on this one?
Genius is a 1999 Disney Channel original movie directed by Rod Daniel and starring Trevor Morgan and Emmy Rossum. And it is sort of about a genius kid, and also kind of stealthily about ice hockey.
And it gets to the core of what it means to be cool.
To be a bad boy.
To be a bad boy. This film, okay, in all seriousness, this film is about 100 absolutely wild, inexplicable scenes, one after another, that with almost no through line or connective tissue.
It's like the WarioWare of DCOM.
Yes! Oh my god, that's a perfect analogy. It's like there's a randomizer. It's like DCOM scene randomizer, and someone presses it, and then the scene plays out, and at the end of the scene, it's randomized again.
Before we kick off, let's just hear how Disney tried to sell this to its audience back in 1999.
Tuesday on Disney. When it comes to science, there's no problem 13-year-old Charlie Boyle can't solve.
You're a physics genius.
But there are certain other things even a genius can't figure out. And for that, Charlie's about to discover a whole new side to himself.
Yo, who's Chaz? He's the bomb.
It's an experiment so big, to pull it off, it's going to take a genius. It's a Disney Channel original movie, Genius. Tuesday at 7/6 Central, followed by Quince. Only on Disney.
So Disney thought that you would hear that and go so far as to mark your calendar, I suppose. Cause,
you'd rush home early from basketball practice, crack open a Sunny D.
Screw you, coach. I'm going home to watch Genius. You can't class this as a sports decom, because I would call this a high school drama if I had to classify it as something. I think the core of the film is the identity swapping Mrs. Doubtfire style that the protagonist does between his nerdy self and his bad boy
his bad boy alter ego.
Yeah.
So we're introduced to the main character of Genius, who is young Charlie Boyle, the titular genius. He's playing ice hockey on his own in his school uniform.
Yeah.
We're told that he is a scientist because he tells his dad he's been working on a technique that maximizes puck velocity by calculating the exact rate of forward momentum.
Nice shot.
Thanks. I've been working on a technique that maximizes puck velocity by calculating the exact rate of forward momentum required in an impact, too.
English.
I know enough about science to know that doesn't mean anything.
The exact rate of forward momentum. If only we could figure out the exact rate of forward momentum.
How does that help with anything? I can calculate how fast a ball is going. It doesn't mean I can make it go faster.
Finally, no, Andy, because we only know roughly forward momentum. If we could put our finger on it exactly and end this guesswork.
Well, okay, so it seems his dad is some sort of ice hockey man. He's in charge of the rink.
His dad owns an ice hockey rink. Charlie loves hockey and is a genius. We know how much they are both passionate about ice hockey because his dad finds Charlie's rollerblades and says that regular skates are bad for his business.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
and is, I would say, unreasonably upset.
He asks Charlie to clean the ice for him using the Zamboni because his back is bad, apparently, which means that he can't clean the ice himself. But Charlie, being a genius, has instead built something to do the job for him, which is a box that apparently emits a positive magnetic charge along the ice, which will briefly transform electrons to positrons and temporarily rupture the covalent bonds between molecules and science. And then the ice is clean.
God love you for writing that down, Andy. Making a note. Whenever the science started happening in this film, I just let it sort of wash over me.
You just sort of went limp.
Yeah, exactly. Which was actually my technique in school for real science and maths.
It works with bears and also science. Yeah,
exactly.
But he presses the button on this box, and an ominous tone sort of comes out of it.
Yeah.
Followed by like a green AOE attack from World of Warcraft. And then the ice is clean.
It is the first of a great many Charlie inventions that one day will be purchased by the military.
Well, I was going to say, is this the point at which Charlie dies? The box emits this glowing green light. Him and his dad are vaporized.
It's immediately atomized. But not so immediately that Charlie can't briefly with his enormous brain.
Imagine a fun adventure.
Imagine what would have happened next if he hadn't have accidentally ended the life of himself, his father, and presumably his entire hometown.
It's just a huge smoking crater now. It's just Centralia.
Yes, okay, there we go. Tick, we did it. So, Charlie is off to play street hockey with some other kids. He says to his dad, I have a feeling they're finally going to let me play today, which is pretty depressing. Indicates that there have been a great many street hockey sessions that Charlie has attended and not been allowed to play. And indeed, when he gets there, it's clear that none of the other kids want him on their team because he is, just to look at him, a stinking, honking great nerd.
Yeah, but he has brought with him a science puck that he invented, made out of graphite polymer.
It sort of floats. When you hit it, it seems to go like exponentially quick. The military will snap this up soon. It's clear they sort of play with this puck. It's clearly capable of scything through the shin bones of a boy.
We don't see that happen, but we have to assume it does.
We have to assume it does, or that it sort of ricochets through Charlie's own brain, destroying it quickly, but not so quickly that you can't imagine.
A wacky adventure.
Wacky adventure. So yeah,
but yeah, they let him play so they can play with this puck, and then Charlie, being handed this golden opportunity, instead uses it to talk about more inventions he wants to do, and then going on and f***ing on about some guy called Dr. Krickstein, who is his science hero. And he's like, hey, boy who's trying to play hockey, have you ever heard of Dr. Krickstein?
Yeah.
He's doing all this science. Perhaps you know of his research. Dr. Krickstein's the name. And then the boy is like, actually, why don't you not play hockey with us? We hate you.
Charlie is sent to go sit on a bench next to a girl. And he tries to talk to the girl, but immediately ruins that as well in exactly the same way by
going on and on about Dr. Krickstein.
Yeah, it's Sergei Fedorov and particle wave conflict.
And then the movie has the audacity to play some sad piano music like this is sad and not entirely Charlie's own making.
When will Charlie find love?
when he stops talking to people about Dr. Crickstein.
He's a genius, but he's lonely. Why won't the world listen to his story?
Because it's boring. He goes on and on about particle weight. People are trying to play hockey.
So he goes back home. His dad comes in to give him a pep talk and to break the incredible news that despite being only 7 years old, or
he looks 7.
How old is he supposed to be? Do we think
He's supposed to be 13?
13.
I think.
Let's say 13 because it's by default. DCOMs seem to default.
It's the default DCOM age. Yeah.
Despite only being 5, he's been granted scholarships to Harvard, Princeton, MIT, and Caltech.
But he would rather go instead to the wildcard 4th option, the Northern University of Wisconsin.
Why, Andy?
Well, because it's where Dr. friggin' Crickstein is.
All expenses paid. I just have to teach a few classes.
Charlie, every one of these is all expenses paid.
The truth is there's this guy at Northern, Dr. Crickstein.
Crickstein, isn't that the guy you've been reading about?
Right. He's this close to discovering the graviton. Do you know what this means?
He's this close to discovering the graviton.
Yes,
says Charlie. The dad at this point is kind of dancing around the room in an odd way. I've just got written down that I would be dancing too if this kid was about to be out the house on a full college ride.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you might have to hear about Dr. Crickstein anymore.
He's only had to raise him to age 13 and he's already out the house on a full scholarship. It's
brilliant.
The dream scenario.
Absolutely, yeah.
Dad mentions, importantly, we have to say this, Dad mentions that maybe Charlie could come up with an invention that means that that Mother's souffle won't fall.
Think of a world where bridges won't collapse, where planes won't crash.
A world where your mother's souffle won't fall.
The mum can't cook. She says, "Hey, I heard that." And that is the entirety of the mother's performance in this film.
Yeah, she is not seen. She gets that line.
That's it.
So Charlie's explaining to his dad why he's so excited to go to the Northern University of Wisconsin. He mentions that Crickstein has a completely state-of-the-art lab that uses ice from the hockey rink of the university to cool it, which Charlie is extremely impressed by. I mean, presumably Harvard and MIT must simply hobble along using coolant to cool their devices.
With their enormous endowments, they can simply purchase coolant for the purpose.
But no, at Northern University of Wisconsin, they have to be doing science under a hockey rink, or presumably it will all explode. So
live in a dungeon under the hockey rink.
Yeah.
But the dad's pretty good, actually, I will say, because he's very excited for his son. Yeah. And then even though his son wants to go to this rinky-dink university and he could be going to Harvard or Princeton or MIT, he's like, "Son, if you're sure about this, then I'm sure too." And he throws the others in the bin.
Son, if you're sure, you will be out the house for good.
Son, I don't care which of these universities you go to.
Dancing out the room.
As long as they're too far away for me to drive to and pick you up.
So then the Harvard letter is thrown in the bin. There's a kind of CGI shot from the bottom of the bin of the Harvard letter landing in the bin. It's all CGI, and it kind of lands with a big kind of doomy like doom.
In a very sort of foreshadowy way.
The language of cinema is telling us that someone is going to die because this has happened.
Yeah, this Harvard letter will be important later.
Yeah, fatal ramifications is the implication of this scene.
I was going to say we never see the letter again. We do see it again, but it's just a sort of repeat of this scene.
Yeah,
in flashback. So we actually do never. There are no ramifications.
There are no ramifications. It's not clear, but it's very odd.
And just before the scene ends, Charlie says, "Oh, Dad, by the way, I've used nanotechnology to give this hockey stick superpower and speed. Now I'm going to hit this puck towards the window using it." And which he does, and then it smashes through the window.
Looking at it, it's kind of... You're sort of left to imagine that the puck just keeps going.
Yeah.
Is it trapped in Earth's gravity and just sort of pings around the globe?
Yeah. Well, it's in sort of...
We don't know.
It's gone into space, I think.
It's gone into space and it's killed an alien.
Yeah. Brought down a satellite. So Charlie turns up at college. He's walking around unsupervised.
Yeah.
His dad presumably pushed him out of a moving car.
Briefly opened.
Wasn't like, "I'll help you with your bag, son. I'll help you get settled in. I'll make sure everything's right." No, the dad's not there.
Mum's in the back. They're off to the airport. They're going on a long vacation.
He goes to see the hockey rink. The coach is giving a pep talk to the team, the Northern Lights. they got a good shot this year if they can beat their rivals, who are called Rumsen.
Yes.
And they do a move called the Rumsen Rack, where they physically injure your best player. The lights in the hockey rink arena, they're sort of dimming and losing power, and it's because of the lab underneath.
Yeah.
Everyone on the hockey team hates old man Krickstein.
Yeah.
And he was going to be fired, but apparently he's managed to keep his job because Charlie's been brought on board. So now they hate Charlie too by proxy.
Yeah.
And Charlie's like, uh-oh, hope they don't find out that it's me. Then the dean comes over and reveals that it's Charlie.
Charlie Boyle! I'm Dean Wallace. Welcome. We're expecting great things from that brain of yours, son. Everyone's so excited to have you here at Northern.
Well, not everyone. I think they hate me.
What, that bunch of losers? Who cares about them, huh?
The Dean is a bizarre character.
Oh my god, I was going to say how bizarre the dean is.
Yes.
He's like a alien shapeshifter who has shapeshifted into a dean.
Yes.
And is sort of trying to figure out what a dean is.
Trying to fit in as humans.
Yeah.
So Charlie says, I think all the team hates me. And the Dean says, of his own university's hockey team, what, that bunch of losers?
Yeah, right in front of them.
Yeah, right in front of them.
Yeah, and then he's like, I have major dean stuff to do. I am the dean.
Yes. Anyway, back to deaning around. So he takes Charlie, boots Charlie into the lab. We should say as well, part of the terms of Charlie going to Northern University is that he has to teach some classes. Now,
yes.
Let's just let that sink in. Mm-hmm. Charlie, who's going on the full scholarship, age 13, as part of the terms, he must teach some of the college classes. Harvard probably wasn't demanding this.
But Harvard didn't have old man Krickstein.
Yeah, that's true.
Who we haven't met yet, and I assume is a magnificent figure.
Yes, but unfortunately, we're now meeting Professor Krickstein in his lab. How would you describe the lab, Andy?
It looks like a sort of boiler room.
Yes.
It's very sort of sparse and rundown. It has a particle accelerator right in the middle of the room.
Yes.
With no sort of radiation shielding or anything around it.
But that's okay because it looks a lot like it's made out of Pringles tubes that have been sort of crudely taped together. So I think everyone is broadly safe. I think really it's just a bunch of flashing lights.
Well, I mean, it is an actual, it's a proper atom smasher, a linear particle accelerator.
Sure.
Which does emit radiation.
Oh,
when
right.
You're running it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, in that case, there are several points in this film where everyone dies. If not immediately, they have their death warrant signed by enormous doses of radiation. The
idea is that the ice rink above it should be cooling this particle accelerator.
Yeah.
But the only way that would work is if the ice rink was...
Oh, yeah.
Like a heat sink. And if he melted the ice rink every day.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what would happen, right? It would melt the ice rink in 1 second, and then the ice rink is gone.
And then the particle accelerator overheats and kills everyone.
It overheats and everyone dies in the summer season.
Yeah. So anyway, that bothered me. Anyway, Charlie is a bit disappointed. He has a flashback to his dad dropping the letter in the bin. Weirdly, it's a different take of the scene.
Yes.
It's a slightly different take, which, I don't know.
We do meet Professor Krickstein here.
Yes, and he's a sort of single-minded, scatterbrained scientist who's just very excited to have Charlie there because it means he's got someone else to help him with his... He's so focused on finding the graviton, the sort of the gravitational particle that has been theorized to exist. So he's very thrilled to have Charlie there. Charlie is less thrilled.
Charlie Boyle! I am so excited to see you. Welcome, my friend. Come with me. Got a lot to show you, buddy. This is the particle accelerator. Huh? What do you think?
She looks kind of old.
Well, it is kind of old, but it's not about looks. It's what's under the hood that counts.
He's a wacky scientist, but it must be said, probably less wacky than you're imagining. So,
although this actor is the voice of Roger Rabbit, apparently.
What?
Yeah, the actor Charles Fleischer, who plays Dr. Crickstein.
He's the voice of Roger Rabbit.
He's the voice of Roger Rabbit, yeah.
I did my kind of, due diligence as anyone in this famous later. And he's in Zodiac, the film about the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably best known as the voice of Roger Rabbit from Who Framed Roger
There you
Rabbit.
go. Now it's time for Charlie to continue his tour. He's now going to his dorm. Because, believe it or not, no one at any point in the admissions process put their hand up and said, sure, of course we can admit a 13-year-old to our university. If he's a true genius, we would be lucky to have him. But he probably shouldn't be, messing in with dorm mates who are...
Rooming with adult students.
Rooming in with, adult sort of frat boys. I'll be honest, it's made more confusing by the fact that all of the, adult college frat boy roommates look like they're about 35 years old.
That's the exact age I've got written down.
Is it? Exactly.
He walks in...
35 is it, yeah.
He walks into his room, which has got a sort of printed out bit of paper that says the layer above it, and he's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then there's the captain of the hockey team, Mike, is there.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, I've got to room in with this 13-year-old. And then his friend is like, the lair just became the diaper den. And he leaves. And I was like, the main guy, Mike, he looks 35 years old.
Yes.
And the kid, who is supposed to be 13, looks about 8. So it really is a pretty significant looking age gap. But there is absolutely no way they would have a 13-year-old room with an adult man.
No, and to be fair, again, sad piano. Poor Charlie, he's having a lonely time. But this is going to be a much longer, more difficult year for the other kids. Look, you're paying. They're not getting a free ride. They're paying just like everyone else, taking on their student loans, going to college, trying to have the full experience. But hey, put a stop to the beer pong and the keg stands, fellas, because a 13-year-old has just moved in with you. And will, I assume, be, I don't know, crying, getting up in the night with nightmares and
playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm gonna need the living room for my Beyblades between the hours of 3 and 5.
If there's a necktie on the doorknob, it means I'm playing Beyblades.
It means I'm customizing my Beyblades. Do not come in. No matter what you hear, do not open the door.
Hey, if the rooms are rocking, it means I've just fired off a cool Beyblade. So don't come in.
If there's a tie on the doorknob, it means I'm letting it rip, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about Beyblades. Right, so Charlie has to teach physics classes, which is
to all the adult students.
Yeah, including Mike, his 35-year-old hockey captain roommate. In a genuinely anxious scene, Charlie tries to do this, and he goes up. It's dead silence. He goes up to them. Everyone is staring daggers at this. And to be fair, it's expensive to go to college. Imagine you've paid all the money, and then you are there in the class, in the lecture. It's expensive, and in walks a 13-year-old boy and says, "I'm the new prof, also your roommate."
Yeah.
The dean says it's fine. This university is good. So Charlie sort of walks up to the blackboard and starts writing his name, and then...
Hello, I'm Charlie, and I'll be teaching this class.
Something with an enormous, terrifying noise just smashes into the blackboard. I don't know what it actually is.
I couldn't figure out what it is. It's something extremely wet.
Yes, and big. At first,
like a spitball where you wad up paper and you spit it through a straw. It's like that, but about the size of a soccer ball.
Yes, yeah. So I wrote down snowball, but it's clearly too big, and doesn't.
It sticks to the it sticks to the board.
I think it's a dead seagull.
Yeah,
and not that recently dead. It's
quite a lot of black in there. It's like white and black.
Yeah. It's white and wet and about the size and weight of a soccer ball.
I think probably you would get that if you took an entire Sunday edition of the newspaper, dunked it in a bucket of water.
Yes.
For 30 minutes and then threw it at the blackboard.
But you would have a real hard time getting it to travel at that velocity, I think.
Well, he's a top sportsman though.
Of course, yeah.
Maybe he hit it with a hockey stick.
Yeah.
He gave it the old slap shot.
In any case, this is bizarre. And Mike did it. Mike is the hockey captain and Charlie's roommate. Mike did it. He's set on intimidating and bullying this 13-year-old who's trying to teach him physics.
He announces that he'll be disrupting his class for the rest of the semester, and the rest of the class are like, brilliant.
Hello, I'm Mike, and I'll be disrupting it.
Despite paying, $30,000.
Yeah. I'm glad that both a 13-year-old is teaching me physics at university and Mike is here to make sure that can't happen. This is all good to me.
I'm getting my tuition's worth, yeah.
So Charlie's had a real rough introduction to college life. There's a raging kegger going on.
Well, he slinks back to his room and Mike has moved out. And like the sad music starts playing again. It's not sad. It's probably how it should have been in the first place. Charlie doesn't have an adult man roommate.
This film doesn't really have a villain, but it's clear if you think about it that it's Dean Wallace, the alien impersonating a dean, because he is running this university in an absolutely wild way.
Yeah, it's maybe like a sort of Bob from Twin Peaks kind of scenario that he's sort of possessed by some sort of impish spirit of chaos. But like you say, there's a raging kegger going on outside. Yeah. Charlie sort of looks at it out of the window like a Victorian ghost.
The piano's like, Charlie's having a sad college.
Wait, he can't go down and join the raging kegger because he's 13.
He legally can't go down and join them. Yeah. He cannot go down and join them. He should not go down and join them. If he's
the sad music is like, oh, if only Charlie were popular enough. He shouldn't be at a raging kegger.
Yeah,
regardless, he's 13.
There's no situation where like a sort of dead cool Fonzie 13-year-old sidles up to the keg stand and is like, hey, pass me a brewski. Give me one of those blue ribbons. Oh, yeah, nice.
Toss me a PBR. Yeah. He absolutely should not be in any of these situations at the age of 13.
However... And we are, we've been recording for 27 minutes. The film is about to begin. So Charlie goes to Professor Crickstein and
tells him about the raging kegger.
Yeah.
And Crickstein is like, sounds fun. Why didn't you join in? Because he's 13, Cricko! You idiot.
Wait, you're 13? Why are you...
Why at university?
You can't be here at all.
Oh my god, you're not rooming with an adult man, are you?
Oh my god, I should talk to the dean about this.
My god.
I walked in on the dean and he was a big green blob. He
walked in on the dean and he was smashing his face into a mirror.
So, Crickstein tells him a good scientist doesn't repeat the same experiment over and over, by which he means all your life you've been uncool. Maybe it's time to start doing things differently.
He says a good scientist doesn't repeat the same experiment over and over expecting different results, but isn't that the scientific method?
Oh yeah, isn't that... well, it's not a method Crickstein's ever bothered with.
I did the experiment once and I got this result, so
yeah, I did it once and it went great, so slam dunk. Yes, please. I did it once.
It is the exact opposite of the scientific method.
I did it once, it didn't work. Fail fast is what I say. Let's do a new experiment. This one's a bust.
Oh.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Anyway,
so that gives Charlie the seed of an idea.
Yes.
But we don't have time to sort of contemplate that because it then smash cuts to Charlie at the ice rink watching a pretty girl do ice skating.
This is Claire Addison, another main character. Claire is probably the most famous member of the Genius cast. She will go on to star in the Phantom of the Opera movie. And she's in Day After Tomorrow as well.
And Shameless, the American version of the TV series.
Yes.
Emmy Rossum,
there you go.
The actress. Yeah.
So this is Claire. She is ice skating around, talking to herself in a British accent like an ice skating judge. Yep. Charlie wants to introduce himself, but he's too tongue-tied. And so in a moment of hesitation, decides that he's going to lie about who he is and settles on the identity.
I'm Chaz. Chaz from Chicago. Chicago, huh?
He sort of fumbles his glasses off his head.
Yes.
He's doing a sort of a weird voice. And she's like, where do you go to school? And he's like, where do you go to school?
It's the better question, Claire.
Yeah. I go to Franklin, she says. Well, there's your answer. Smooths hair.
Yeah.
So, a very awkward interaction.
Yes.
And Charlie walks away with the sort of insouciant air of someone who believes he just nailed a social interaction, which I don't believe is true.
No. Charlie, so we get here Charlie's sort of alter ego, alternate personality. It's probably worth trying to describe it a little bit. He's like a 13-year-old's idea of a DCOM writer's idea of like a smooth-talking sex machine. He's like a sort of 10-year-old Fonzie.
He looks like he's about to be robbed of his clothes, boots and motorcycle by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, there you go.
Oakleys. He's got huge oversized leather jacket. His hair is all poofed.
Yeah, his hair spiked up in a cool way.
He goes to the lab. He gets on Crickstein's computer And he clicks on the enrollment form for this Franklin High School and enrolls a Chaz Anthony in the school.
Yes.
I'm not clear if this was like hacking or if you can just go on their website, enroll a child without any documents.
Chaz simply establishes the email address of Franklin High School, and that's all he needs to take full control of the hard drive and hack his way in. So
he's drowning in his clothes. He can't see in his sunglasses.
Yeah.
The guitar solo is going nuts in the background.
Exactly. So imagine, he's sort of strutting around, as you say, Andy, in this huge oversized jacket, like
Giant Jenko jeans.
he looks like. And I think this is something that we can probably all relate to. There's a point in your youth where you're like, that's it, I've had enough, it's time to get cool.
I'm a cool guy now.
And it normally focuses, when I was at school, a common vector for this, a common affectation was a long leather coat like Neo has in The Matrix,
Yeah,
and
we've all been there.
Yeah, you sort of way overcorrect in your efforts to, like, now I'm a cool guy because I have this hat or whatever, right? Okay. So he's basically doing that, except unlike everyone's school experience, it actually goes pretty well and everyone just assumes he's quite cool. But he gets lucky because Chaz Anthony rocks up to his first day at Franklin High and accidentally ends up looking like a bad boy rebel without a cause, because he goes to class and he's about to take a seat, but his cool guy jacket gets stuck in the door, so he can't move.
Yeah.
And this is already having shown up late to class because he can't see because his sunglasses are too dark.
And he can't walk in his huge Jenko jeans.
Exactly, he's stumbling over, he's tripping. So the teacher's like, excuse me, Chaz, it's your first day. Please take your seat or I'll have to rule you a disobedient bad boy.
I'll have to have you go and stand outside the principal's office. And
Like
the only
a
way he
bad
can
boy.
free his sleeve is to open the door.
Yeah.
But he makes it look as if he's going to go straight to the principal's office and everyone's like, whoa. And then he comes back and he's like, haha, just kidding.
Just kidding, total fake out.
This blows everyone's minds.
Yeah, they're not, but they're almost stood up clapping, rapturous applause. They're like, wow.
Nobody ever dared to irk off old lady Spurlock before. You're hardcore, man.
That is a sentence that feels like it should be from Lord of the Rings, but isn't. It's bucket hat wearing Odie, who's another cool guy in the class. Nobody ever dared to irk off old lady Spurlot.
Saruman irked off old lady Spurlock.
But Lady Spurlot was irked off. Never before had it happened.
Saruman was way hardcore, man.
Spurlot irked senseless.
He went into the West.
You will diminish.
So Chaz Anthony borrows Mike's line.
And I'll be disrupting it.
And again, everyone just like loses their minds.
Kids are loving it.
Kids are loving it.
Claire is loving it.
I've just got
Chaz says yo about 14 times.
yeah, because he's a cool guy. Yeah. I've just got written down here that I can't help but think that Harvard would have found this kid's limits, so he wasn't bored enough to be doing crap like this.
Maybe giving him enough to do that he isn't spending 6 hours a day in elementary school.
6 hours a day walking around in the guise of Chaz Anthony. But whatever. But obviously, it's a little bit difficult for Charlie to so quickly shed his true genius nature. He makes the mistake, for example, of mentioning that the
Earth's orbit around
that the Earth's orbit is elliptical, and everyone in the class kind of freeze frame, spins around. What? I thought you were a cool guy. Why did you?
He
say
spins
that?
a lie about how he found out that info while bullying, and everyone relaxes.
Yeah.
Like he's pounding some kid in the face, and the kid is like, the Earth's orbit is elliptical.
Doesn't mean anything to me. I'll remember that, though. Time to give you a swirly or whatever. This Genius is a whole movie set inside the DCOM geek archetype. It's like normally the geek is a side character, like remember in the 13th Year, or all of them have. There's loads of geek archetypes in these movies, but it's like
Charlie isn't very relatable as a protagonist. I think is the problem.
Yes,
so that's probably why they don't do it more often. But
he's also not relatable as kind of like a 12-year-old Fonzie bully. Like this.
He's unrelatable twice.
I also just want to briefly mention how Chaz, when he's talking to his cool friends, he kind of ends a conversation by jerking his head so that his sunglasses fall off the top of his head down over his eyes.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, it's such a perfect kind of right now to get cool sort of move.
It's the sort of thing that you think in your head is impossibly cool, but actually is the least cool thing you could do in that situation. Like another thing he does later, which is that thing where you sort of make the devil horns with your hand. You lick your fingertips and then you use it to smooth both your eyebrows at the same time.
Yes. This is like that kind of cool guy thing where you produce a little comb and comb your hair a little bit in that, sort of 50s greaser cigarette packet in your sleeve kind of way.
Again, well, if you were in 1999, if you were a writer in your mid-50s, probably that's what you thought was cool when you were at school, because it was the 1950s.
Yeah, and also, no shade on the writers, but like maybe the writers weren't necessarily the coolest kids when they were young. So
I think that's almost certainly the case.
So maybe
I don't think the Fonz grew up to write Disney Channel original movies. But yeah, Dr. Crickstein has figured out what Charlie's up to because Charlie left the enrollment form open on his computer.
Yeah.
Despite having a duty of care to this 13-year-old boy, he's like, I don't care what you get up to.
Yeah, he says as long as you show up at college on time, this is all fine for me. So Charlie, he's at college. He overhears Mike,
the hockey roommate,
and Mike's friend Bear. They're talking at a frat party. And Mike gives the advice that girls like bad boys.
Yeah, he's showing off his scars from street fighting and flipping his Harley. It seems odd that this guy would be taking university-level physics classes, to be honest. But
yeah, it does. While also, maybe he's got the scholarship for the hockey,
He just has to take any sort of random... But then you would take some sort of made-up class. You wouldn't take advanced physics.
Or maybe it was an accident. Maybe he's so dense that it was a mistake.
But yeah, Charlie sees this and he's like, bad boys, is it?
Yeah.
Smash cut back to school. And Chaz is rollerblading into class backwards. He's had 6 detentions in 3 days, and he's like, "Hey, school, am I right, Sub Claire?"
The escalation is bonkers because day one at Franklin High, he's like mouthing off a little, being a bit disrespectful to the teachers in a cool way. Day 2, he's rollerblading freely from room to room, just screaming at the staff.
Well, he's a kid with nothing to lose because he doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That'd be pretty good, actually. Pretty fun to have been able to go to school with a false identity, knowing that you can just...
Nothing matters. Nothing's going on your permanent record.
So,
but Odie warns Chaz that he's barking up the wrong tree with Claire.
Yes.
He's wasting his time because she's in the Honor Society. And Chaz is like, yeah, but she probably likes bad boys, I bet. Yes. Anyway, I'm approaching it like he's about to say, I'm approaching it like a scientist, but he catches himself. And he says, I'm approaching it like a psycho for the hottest chick madman would do. Which actually, let's just have the line.
Look, I've analyzed the situation, and now I'm enacting a strategy, just like any good psycho for the hottest chick madman would do. Cool.
I think it's probably worth reading back the entire sentence as Chaz's friends heard it. I've analysed the situation, and now I'm enacting a strategy just like any good psycho for the hottest chick madman would do. Yes. Another normal sentence from Chaz Anthony.
Another classic Chad sentence. But I guess they don't have time. They don't have much time to ponder the incredibly strange thing he just said. Yeah. Because that's when Chaz removes an enormous remote control from his bag.
Okay.
And
this is the rest of the podcast. This is the rest of the podcast.
Let's just try and keep it simple. So they're in some sort of anatomy class. The teacher has an articulated skeleton on a stand at the front of the classroom.
Yes.
And he is about to sort of present the skeleton, the bones. He's talking about the human skeleton.
Yes.
Charlie removes the remote control from his bag.
Charlie has the skeleton tap the teacher on the shoulder. So the teacher looks, is like, what was that? Oh, seems to be nothing. The class can see it, however, they're chuckling. Pretty good.
They're yucking it up.
Yeah. Then Charlie makes the skeleton do bunny ears behind the teacher, Again, pretty good. The class is loving it. They're busting up. The eyes on the skeleton are kind of flashing.
Apparently he's articulated all the individual fingers of the skeleton despite having an
Yes.
up and down, and a side-to-side joystick.
Yes, there's no way
On the
you can
remote
do this
control.
with twin stick controls. Nevertheless, I would call that a perfectly good place to end the scene. Because Charlie's
This is all a practical effect at this point as well.
yeah. Charlie's pulled a good prank. He's he's used remote control geniusing to articulate the skeleton and make fun of the teacher behind the teacher's back. Pretty good.
Classic.
It works. However, the scene doesn't end there. Instead, the skeleton becomes a fully CGI skeleton and starts twerking. In a way I can only describe as extremely gifable.
Oh my god, we have to. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pop this on Instagram or something, just a clip, because it's wild. So yeah, the skeleton's kind of sort of twerking around. It's CGI, but it doesn't look very good, so it's kind of composited into the scene. We have to broach the uncomfortable question of why Charlie has rigged a skeleton to perform these sensual dances.
Well, okay, maybe he downloaded an animation file from a assets website.
Okay,
and he got like a sort of sexy dance.
Oh, you remember the dancing baby from the very early internet?
Yes, maybe it's that.
Yes. Okay. So
maybe it's a mocap file.
I don't know why I don't know why my brain is straining so hard to make this a thing that Charlie could feasibly have done. But I think it's important to the rest of my life that this kind of hangs together.
I mean, I'm trying to imagine how long it would have taken, the process that he would have had to go through, because there's no visible.
But yeah, there's no visible motors
motors
or joints or anything like that in the skeleton.
There's nothing external.
It's got to be in the bones.
It has to be. He must have drilled out the bones.
Well. That's only assuming that he has actually taken the skeleton from the anatomy class and altered it. What if he started with a fully robotized Terminator skeleton, built that, he could do that somewhere else in his own time, perhaps he built that years ago, and now all he has to do is place a sort of resin cast of a human skeleton over the top of it.
That matches the one in the classroom.
Now, next question. How is he doing this with a twin stick remote control thing? How about this, Andy?
Okay.
When he moves the up and down stick and the left and right stick, he is not actually inputting left, right, up, down controls. He is setting off pre-configured sort of presets. It's like if I do up, down, left, right, then that's start twerking.
Okay. What you're describing there.
Yeah.
Sounds like about a year's work.
Yes,
I would say.
Yes,
but you know what's as funny a prank is making a fart sound. And the teacher's not looking.
Yeah, Charlie. I don't know if you've ever tried this thing where you put your hand under your armpit.
Were there any when you were at school? Were there any sort of legendary pranks that got talked about years later?
Honestly, no. Did you have any?
Yeah, we had a couple. I think the smartest one we had was in English. We were listening to a CD of, I think, A.E. Houseman's A Shropshire Lad poems.
Okay.
Or something. And someone had snuck into the classroom during the break beforehand, and they had a CD of extremely explicit German techno music.
Love it.
Which they painted the top of it black. So you place it on the spindle.
Oh!
And if you open the lid of the CD player, it looked as if there wasn't a CD in there. So you place the CD on top of that, but it will read the CD that's underneath.
That kid needs the scholarship. That's real genius.
Yeah, and that's all the setup that took was painting a CD of obscene German techno.
But that's so beautiful because there's an efficiency to it, isn't there? There's a minimalism to the prank that is an elegance that is really admirable. Charlie's prank is the opposite of that because he's had to rig up
the sweatiest prank.
The sweatiest prank. Yeah, I mean he probably was building this between the ages of 5 and 12.
Yeah. Also, I will say the graviton remains undiscovered.
There's simply no time
at this point.
There's simply no time. I can't get this hip wiggle right.
Charlie, please. The particle accelerator costs $10,000 a day to run. Please, if you could tear yourself away from your animatronic skeleton for 1 minute.
Charlie presses a finger to your lips and silently points at the skeleton, which starts twerking again.
It starts twerking.
And the teacher says that they're not annoyed, they're just disappointed that Charlie is using this brilliant science for evil, not for good.
And Claire seems as if she would have been impressed if Charlie had done it.
Who was it that helped you?
Like I said, some loser in science club.
It's pretty impressive. And I'll wager you his future doesn't include the words, "Do you want fries with that, sir?"
It's not going very well at the university either. We cut to another one of his classes he's teaching. He says, who wants to come up and write the rest of this problem on the board? Mike raises his hand, and he comes up and he draws an unflattering caricature of Charlie on the board. And Charlie snaps, and he gives him a dressing down that unfortunately does include the words "japesome wag," which does diminish somewhat the effect.
Savagely lampooned on my own chalkboard with a crude caricature essayed by that japesome wag, Mike McGregor. You know, I used to think that you were cool. Jerk.
Ooh, look at me, I'm japesome.
There's something that's good about this scene, and that's that I think they have actually kind of nailed that thing. It feels like it has the smack of authenticity to it. That thing where you're really angry at someone, but you can't quickly articulate something cool to say. So you just basically say the thing that they just did that you found upsetting and offensive, but you say it in a kind of kind of way.
And then use the words "japesome wag."
Look at me, I'm Mike, cruelly lampooned, a japesome wag. And
you're not doing yourself any favours.
And he storms out, and then Mike turns to the class and says, "Ooh, look at me, I'm japesome."
And then he does a little japesome dance. I really like Mike, he's great.
Mike's nailing it.
Mike is awesome.
The thing that's bizarre about this scene, though, is that, like, Charlie says, "Who wants to come up and, like, draw this on the board?" Mike raises his hand. Bear, at this point, is already busting up. He's like
oh, this is going to be classic.
It's going to be hilarious. So Mike walks up. Bear's losing his shit. Mike takes the chalk and draws a cartoon smiley face, and the whole class is just losing their goddamn mind. They're
all
roaring.
helicoptering their t-shirts.
Whereas surely the rest of the class would be like, "Mike, please sit down. We're all just trying to learn from this 13-year-old. Look, we all wrote a letter to the dean, and while that's going through the proper channels, Mike, can we try and make the best of it?"
We all wrote a letter to the dean. He scrumpled it up and ate it in front of us.
And said, nutrients.
And said, human food. Yes? And then scanned our eyes to see if he'd done the right thing.
Okay, so Charlie's having a bad time. He talks to his dad on the phone. Dad suggests that all of these bad college kids need to get a tutor, and this inspires Charlie to ask to approach Claire and say, "Hey Claire, I am failing school because I'm a cool bad boy rebel, me, Chaz Anthony. How about you tutor me?"
The graviton remains undiscovered.
Now, Andy, you probably think of me as a fashionable bad boy with my many fashionable affectations and cool looks, right?
Yeah, I was just.
Sorry, was there a delay on the Zoom there or something?
Yeah, I think there must have been there's some buffering.
Weird.
The Zoom video was buffering.
Yeah. Anyway, that's weird. It doesn't happen. Never happened before, but unusual. But do you know how I maintain my cool bad boy look, Andy?
Well, I mean, looking at you now, I would say
the Zoom thing's fixed. That's good.
It's. I would say it's going through the discount leather jackets bin at the thrift shop.
That's right.
Is that it?
Well, but that's all I know how to do. Can you think of any better way to be a cool bad boy who's dressed well?
Well, I could tell you, Luke, if you were to go to insertcoinclothing.com, you could have a look at some of their great video game-inspired clothing based on such incredible IPs as Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, Resident Evil, and more.
Are there any for bad boys? Any bad boy IPs on there? Yakuza, they've got Yakuza, that's for bad boys.
You could dress like a Yakuza, like Majima, he's a sexy bad boy.
He's a bad boy. Dark Souls, that's bad boys.
Yep, all of them. All of the Dark Souls bosses, I think, qualify as bad boys.
Artorias the Abyss Walker, he's a sexy bad boy.
being in your class at school, and in walks Artorias the Abyss Walker.
Whoa.
He rollerblades backwards into the room. Forget about it.
So do go check out some of those designs at insertcoinclothing.com, who you've probably guessed at this point are sponsoring this episode of Mom Can't Cook. Thanks, Insert Coin.
And Insert Coin have given us a code for you to use. The code is Chaz and Save, CHAZANDSAVE, all one word. And that code gives you 10% off online orders, and codes are not applicable for charity items, bundles, gift cards, postage, and some products at launch. Codes cannot be combined with other deals or promotions, and they're valid until the end of 2023.
So go check him out. Become a sexy bad boy in the vein of your idol and mine, Artorias the Abyss Walker. Claire accepts after some persuasion.
Because he's so charismatic.
Yeah, so I mean, who could turn down?
And then we
Chaz
get a little
Anthony?
montage of sort of tutoring japes, like he sort of breaks the computer using science so that she has to help him more.
I was tired when I wrote this, so it may have been a little harsh, but my note is that this montage can off. Because I think it's objectionably nonsensical. So, for example...
My note I've got here is montage of tutoring japes, including him smelling her hair when she isn't looking, brackets, question mark, bracket.
Yeah, I've just got in capitals, don't smell her hair, Charlie. The weirdest scene in this montage of them being tutored, so like, they're both sat at a computer. Claire, I'm just going to say what happens. Claire is typing, it looks like she's coding the actual Matrix.
Uh-huh.
And then Chaz reaches over and presses some buttons. Two buttons, and he like Control-Alt-Deletes it, and the whole school computer system shuts down.
Yeah, he hacked the hard drive.
Yeah, he hacked the hard drive via the email address, and Claire gives him a look that says, well, I don't know what the look says, because I don't know what this scene means or what's happening. Claire gives him a look that is nondescript, and then that's that. So
Yeah.
what happened?
And then, well, we don't have time to think about it, because it then cuts to him smelling her hair when she isn't looking.
Yeah, so anyway...
we've got bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, the end of the montage, they go to Claire's house. He gives her a Backstreet Boys CD to say thanks, looks at the shelves, and then realises that her dad is the hockey coach, Mr. Addison, who hates him.
Yeah, and then the hockey coach comes in.
Well, he's in. Yeah,
it's
he's
like,
in the house.
Dad's
He's coming
home.
in.
Here comes Dad. So Charlie, thinking fast, grabs a hockey mask trophy off the wall,
a golden hockey mask,
presses it to his face, and says, "Look at me, I'm Jason
Voorhees," and he sort of staggers backwards out of the room, falls over, out through the door, and runs away.
Yeah, and the dad is like, "So this is who you're dating, is it?"
Normal.
Seems...
Anyway, smash cut to the lab. Dr. Crickstein is talking to Charlie. Charlie asks him if he's ever had a girlfriend. Dr. Crickstein tells a story in which it becomes clear that he once built a sex robot. This is not a safe environment for a child.
He says, "I built a robot called Cheryl, and we were very close."
If you know what I mean, Charlie.
Okay. So yeah, it's bad time, but yeah, well done, Crickstein, I guess, on your sex bot. The graviton remains undiscovered.
The graviton remains undiscovered. But let's take our mind off it, right? So Charlie puts on some music and he starts to do Fortnite dances.
Yeah. They decide to kick back with some audio library hip hop music.
But then the graviton alarm goes off. And it turns out that
the alarm that says you've just discovered the graviton. That was the first thing that Crickstein built, so that he knows for sure when he's discovered the graviton.
Optimistically,
if you can build an alarm that goes off when you've found the graviton, seems to me you would have all the information required to have discovered the graviton already. Or else what is the alarm looking for?
But yeah, it turns out that the royalty-free hip-hop backing music has created...
Yes.
Particle wave conflict.
Doesn't that mean we've isolated graviton?
It's impossible, Charlie. It's the same experiment we just ran. Nothing's any different.
Except for the music. We've been looking at a graviton only as a particle up until now. We can just as easily think of it as a wave. You said so in your book.
Particle wave conflict. How could I miss this? Okay, what does this mean? The music. Sound waves from the music set up our phase harmonic, which affected the nuclear matrix, and released the graviton. You know what this means? We can do it, Charlie. We can change the world!
Can we do it later, though? I'm kind of late for science class.
Yeah, sure. Go. I'm fine.
This is the key moment that they've been working towards. So Chaz immediately ditches to go to elementary school science class.
Yes. Crickstein doesn't mind because, more glory for him, I assume. He's like, good, get that little twerp out the lab.
Don't have to share the Nobel money.
Exactly. Scrub his name off the, off the login charts for that day.
Change the locks while he's out.
Yeah. delete his Charlie identity and condemn him to a life of Chaz Anthony.
He's imprisoned in the identity of Chaz Anthony. No, Charlie Boyle died in a lab accident.
Okay, things are about to get very Mrs. Doubtfire if Mrs. Doubtfire was less funny and more unsettling. So, Chaz's science teacher...
Sorry, I'm just remembering what happens.
So, Chaz's science teacher tells the class, this is the high school now, hey class, good news. You're all going to be you're going to meet a real positive influence. Would you believe it? It's a kid your own age. He's over at the university.
He's a genius.
A genius, Professor Charlie Boyle. Now, of course, Chaz is like, oh no, that's me. That's my alter ego. So he goes back to Crickstein, who, again, should really be packing his bags to head to wherever the Nobel Prize is headquartered, and says, Crickstein says, you can't be in two places at once. However, Charlie does have a plan because he sees a nondescript beaker of...
It's a flask.
Bright purple goo.
And he's like, what if I were to throw these volatile chemicals into my face?
Smash cut 2. Crickstein is giving... Okay, the class, the field trip is happening. The high school class has come to the university. They are sat in the audience of a lecture theatre. Crickstein is on stage. Crickstein, who again should be packing his bags because he's made an earth-shattering discovery, but he's not doing that. He's instead saying, hello everyone. I know you were all excited to hear from Professor Charlie. However, a terrible lab accident has left him temporarily disfigured. And then Charlie wheels himself out in a wheelchair, covered in purple paint, sort of slumped over.
Thank you, fellow teens. Please do not let my gruesome appearance frighten you. I assure you that my awful pain will eventually subside. Since I am in obvious discomfort, I will now take my leave.
Which, I have to say, what a great field trip.
Yeah.
if you're
you get to see a Davros from Doctor Who.
It's a real Captain Pike from Star Trek.
Right.
It's like, so Jimmy, how was your field trip to the university? Not great, Dad.
They wheeled out this disfigured boy genius.
Charlie was unfortunately temporarily disfigured, so he just kind of came out in a wheelchair and moaned a bit.
And then, because the film was running short, Charlie then runs off, washes the chemicals off his face, sits down in the audience.
Yeah.
His teacher then says, bring Charlie Boyle back on. Dr. Crickstein says, okay. And then Charlie has to run
Dr.
back.
Dr. Crickstein, instead of saying, F you all, I just discovered the graviton, I'm out of here.
Also, the disfigured boy genius isn't some monkey here to dance for you.
Yeah, right.
He says, no, okay, I'll bring him back out. So Charlie has to run and throw volatile chemicals in his face again.
Again, a second time.
Yeah.
And so this is happening backstage, like kind of in the wings of the auditorium, right? So, he kind of puts the purple goo back on his face, hops back in the wheelchair, and is like, quick, Professor Crickstein, I guess wheel me back on. Professor Crickstein, with the strength of 50 men, pushes the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And it flies across the stage at 50 miles per hour. And the horribly disfigured Charlie is flung bodily out and lands in a crunched up bone heap.
Telling you, he doesn't want to share that Nobel money. He told Charlie to throw acid in his face, so when that didn't work, he shoved him across the stage in a wheelchair.
First he uses the acid to burn off his fingerprints. Later he'll use it to burn away dental records. Charlie Boyle never existed, the Nobel Prize.
No, you must be thinking of Chaz Anthony.
Yeah. Don't listen to by this point the dean will have returned to Jupiter or whatever, so there really will be no witnesses to...
The dean is in the Black Lodge.
Speaking in reverse. So there really are no witnesses to Charlie Boyle ever having existed.
But yeah, back at the dorm, Mike has moved back in because he's failing everything. He needs help in physics, chemistry, political science. It turns out they each have something that the other wants. Mike wants tutoring in school. Charlie wants tutoring in girls.
Well, Mike Mike says that he's jealous of Charlie because Charlie has a future, which I just thought is fair enough because Mike is 35 and he's used half his life expectancy.
He's probably heard about the escalating threats on Charlie's life from Dr. Crickstein, so he knows. He knows it's coming
He's
sooner or
already
later.
been approached by Crickstein to just quietly off Charlie in the night. Mike needs to be good at physics. Charlie wants to be good at girls.
Yeah, he says, just relax and do what comes natural.
Again, the overarching problem is that Charlie is determined to basically moneyball the situation and like to get a girlfriend, right?
Well, he's a scientist, isn't he? Oh, sorry, a psycho for the hottest chick madman.
A psycho madman for the whatever he said. Okay, Chaz is playing ice hockey outdoors. With
He's popular now.
Yeah,
he
he's
doesn't
popular
have to sit
now
on the bench anymore.
But he kindly and generously involves a nerd who is sat on the bench being all nerdy and says, "Hey, Poindexter, guess what? You can play." So you know he's breaking the cycle of bullying, which is nice. Claire comes and sits with him on the bench, and Claire says, "You know, Chaz, you're not so tough." And then Charlie does a Robert De Niro, "You talking to me" impression.
You know, like a child would do.
Yeah, and Claire's just busting up because she loves the Backstreet Boys and Taxi Driver.
It's the two main touchstones for teenage girls at that time.
Yeah.
Then there's a long story that I didn't really pay attention to about Claire's mum and dad doing things on the ice.
This is the point where I IMDb'd Claire. I was also not listening. But
okay.
Yeah.
It's about how she danced and it was pretty or something. Charlie tries to make his move, but then gets hit with a snowball, and that's that scene.
Done. Good. Next.
Anyway, Crickstein is off to Milwaukee.
The only way to
for
talk
a
about this film is by going next.
The big game is happening. Charlie can't go upstairs to watch it because of his split identity.
Yeah.
Because Crickstein is like, I'm off to Milwaukee. Charlie's like, I'm going to use the particle accelerator while you're gone. He's like, fine, whatever.
Good.
Leave the keys in it.
Whatever. Hopefully you die burning all evidence you ever existed. Meanwhile, I'll take my reams of notes to Geneva or wherever. I don't know.
Scientific mecca of Milwaukee.
Yeah. So, okay. So, for some reason, everyone in the high school is going to the university to watch the big hockey game. And that's why he can't go. That's why Charlie has to stay downstairs. Because if he goes upstairs, his high school friends will see him. So that is the conflict. Yeah. Charlie says before the game to Mike, what if Rumson, for it is the hated Rumson that they're playing, what if Rumson try the Rumson rack? Mike says that he knows of no way to defend against this terrifying play.
Well,
and Charlie's eyebrows go up in an annoying way that suggests he thought of a
Charlie has a special technique he's thought up to deal with the Rumson rack. Yeah. The plan is they're going to send their equipment manager out there wearing Mike's number, and once Rumson are done killing him, they'll be all tired out, and Mike can skate on and win the game.
So the match gets underway. The Rumson team come out to boos from their own fans, which some of the high school say is noteworthy. But the friends mentioned that it's because the team only responds to booing because Rumson recruits exclusively from broken homes, which is probably the most gross line in this film.
It's a very problematic thing to say, Odie.
Yeah. Also, I mean, you know, a real gross gag, but also, like, hey, I'm rooting for the hockey team that recruits its athletes from troubled backgrounds. So,
yeah, right.
I'm liking Rumson more and more, I have to say.
The match starts. The dean says he wants the cup in a very strange way. Charlie's doing science down in the lab, but he decides he's going to go and watch the game, and he just leaves the particle accelerator running. Yeah. And the second he's out the door, it starts beeping like something is seriously wrong.
Yeah, it's the beep that says either you've discovered a graviton or you've given radiation poisoning to everyone in town.
Yeah, everyone who's like 8 feet above you watching the ice hockey.
So things do appear to be going well because the Rumson rack, which again, now that we see it, turns out one of your players badly maims the referee while another player maims the star player. And the counter strategy is to let it happen, but then a secret hidden player runs out from nowhere and scores a goal.
Well, the wild thing about this plan is that this does happen, but it happens 13 minutes into the final period of the game. So there are 3 periods in ice hockey, 20 minutes long each. They've gone 53 minutes without their best player.
They probably wouldn't have even needed to dodge the Rumson rack if they could have just made this happen.
But they spent 53 minutes at a significant handicap without their best player just so they could avoid this this Rumson rack move.
It's really bizarre. So while this is happening, Claire's dad, the hockey coach, is on the sidelines. Now, he's having a hard time because it's very important to him that his team wins this, because the dean has made it very clear that he'll be fired if they lose a hockey game.
Yes.
And Claire is trying to tell her dad about Chaz, because Claire spots Chaz in the crowd and is like, hey, look over there. Look, that's Chaz, the boy that I was talking to you about, the one who was capering and cavorting around the living room in a Jason Voorhees mask. And Dad sees the boy who Claire's pointing out and says, no.
Who's, sweetie?
Chaz, the boy sitting next to Dean Wallace.
Oh, you mean Charlie?
Charlie? His name's not Charlie's. It's Chaz Anthony. He's the boy I've been tutoring.
Oh, that's Charlie Boyle. He's a student here.
He has no follow-up questions about why the professor was cavorting and capering around his living room in a Jason mask.
Well, the big game's happening.
Yeah, he's very distracted. His job's on the line. But Claire puts it together and realizes what Charlie/Chaz is up to, and confronts him and says, "Was I just one of your experiments?" She's very annoyed that a clear genius patronizingly asked her to tutor him in physics, which is fair enough.
Luckily for Charlie, he avoids further chewing out because the particle accelerator is now melting down and causing the ice to crack. Charlie runs onto the ice screaming,
I'm sure,
everybody get off the ice, we're all doomed.
I'm sure we've all been in a conversation with our crush that doesn't go very well, and we just wish that the whole school would be swallowed in nuclear fire.
The ground would open up beneath us.
Well, Charlie gets his wish because, the ground splits apart. When I was trying to describe this, the note that I have is that it looks like a cutscene from the video game Doom.
Yeah, like demons are going to start flooding out of it.
The ground is splitting open and lava and steam is sort of...
You have to assume that every single person there has been given a fatal dose of radiation.
Yes.
From this accident.
Yeah, I mean, hope you enjoy the next maximum 4 years, folks, because...
Needless to say, the game is suspended and
the game is suspended due to nuclear fire.
The game is postponed.
Oh yeah, postponed! If this is what you postpone a hockey match for, what do you cancel it for?
They're like, well, we can get the ice back together. Yeah. We get a montage of Charlie trying to call Claire to apologise for lying to her and also irradiating and killing her. But she keeps hanging up. He hacks into her school's PA system using some kind of portable broadcasting satellite dish attached to a backpack.
It's like a kind of big Ghostbusters thing with like a TV antenna bolted to the top.
But then Dr. Crickstone gets back from his trip to Milwaukee, which he said would be several days later. He walks into the lab. Charlie is sat there looking morose. The lab is still full of smoke and the alarms are still going off.
Well, presumably the dean walked into this on-fire room and, I don't know, just placed his mouth on a valve or something and then drank deep of the fumes.
Drank the radiation.
Drank the radiation, which is for food, is food for him. Yeah. And then then went back.
So the science is about to get really challenging in this film.
Yes.
So... I don't know how best to do it.
Let's just do it quickly.
Let's just power through it. All right. They decide, Crickstein and Charlie decide that if they split their graviton, they could study its quantum force and maybe defy gravity. So they have two bouncy balls.
Yeah.
One ball contains 33 graviton whatever particles.
Yeah.
The other also does.
They do science.
I think what it is that they're supposed to be quantum entangled, which is where you have two particles that are physically separate. And yet, when they interact in the same way, regardless of the distance between them.
Yeah.
So the balls, if you move one of them, the other moves in the same way.
Yes.
It's an incredibly complicated thing to try and put in a children's film.
Yeah, and especially when you demonstrate it working on the cheap by having both actors hold a bouncy ball and try and move their arms in exact synchronization, which it just looks like they're waving bouncy balls around. But the film, and it's like, hey, Charlie, how about you tickle yourself? And then Crickstein thrusts the bouncy ball into his own stomach,
his own armpit,
making Charlie tickle himself. It's that kind of thing. The balls that have had the science done to them do the same thing. Now, I would say this is an even more groundbreaking discovery on top of the graviton.
Oh yeah, and Charlie is like, I know exactly what I can use this for, to cheat at hockey.
So, well, this is Charlie realizing that he has a way to make amends, because you have to remember that as well as upsetting all of his high school friends and ruining the hockey career of Mike, Claire's dad, the hockey coach, is basically his job is forfeit. Has been told that because because apparently it was his fault that the nuclear meltdown occurred.
So they have a whole plan set up to cheat at hockey.
Yes. The note I have here is Jesus, now it's Ocean's 11.
It's like a cheat heist.
Yeah.
They're all wearing headset mics. So the Rumson bus turns up and they have a bunch of kids mob them for autographs. And in the distraction, Charlie's able to get to the kit bag and he attaches these very conspicuous orange discs to the sort of the 3 Rumson Rack players' ice skates.
Yes.
It's the sort of thing you would immediately notice.
Yeah, as you were putting on your skates. You'd be like, what the hell is this stupid thing?
I mean, it's orange for one
bright
thing.
orange. Yeah. Charlie, why not make it the colour of an ice skate?
But the plan is that the discs have trillions of graviton halves in them, and the other graviton halves are in discs on Chaz and Claire's skates,
yes,
so that they can control the Rumson players as whatever their skates do, the other skates would be forced to do as well.
So, the Rumson team is on the ice rink. Now imagine below the ice rink, on rollerblades, are Chaz and Claire, and their rollerblades have the corresponding discs on them.
It's imagine you know the Tethered from the Jordan Peele movie Us.
Yes, there we go.
It's basically that setup.
Thank
so
God.
they're underneath,
thank you,
doing the same thing as the people above ground.
Yes.
But surely the same would be true. That whatever's happening to the skates above are also happening to the skates down below.
The question is raised: isn't this cheating? And Chaz says, no, idiots. We're just keeping Rumson from cheating.
We're cheating to stop them from cheating.
Yeah, we're doing a
preemptive
preemptive pre-crime cheat, so it's fine. Now, at this point, Crickstein walks in and finds that there are some rollerblading children in his lab with...
Charlie, please don't use our Nobel Prize research to fix hockey games.
He finds children with graviton shoes,
so just leaning up against the particle accelerator, with no radiation shielding.
They've already had a fatal dose, so I guess it doesn't matter, to be honest. At this point,
at this point, it's
so
may as well speed things up. It's not going to be a good few months.
Crickstein comes back. Maybe just press your face up again. Crickstein comes back and is like, maybe take all this crap down. And Charlie's like, hey, Crickstein.
No, this has got to stop, and it's got to stop right now.
I thought you were on my side.
You know I'm on your side, but you're putting everything we've done in jeopardy. And I've always been about science first.
Ahead of what? You could solve all the mysteries in the world, but what would it mean without friends?
I'm sorry, Charlie. I can't be a party to this.
Also, I'm not wearing any radiation shielding, so I'm leaving.
So, meanwhile, above ground, on a rapidly repaired hockey rink that was split apart like a tectonic plate, but the Rumson Rack begins.
This is the stupidest movie.
So, Charlie knows the Rumson Rack is beginning because some cohorts above ground have video cameras, and there is a video feed being watched by Chaz and Claire beneath the ice. Charlie, beneath the rink, wiggles his feet around, which of course interferes with the players above.
Yeah. Their kind of powerful skating that they're doing doesn't interfere with his legs at all.
Not at all. Then Charlie makes them do a little dance. Then, to seal the humiliation, he links arms with Claire and they do a whole ballroom ice routine on their rollerblades. And hilariously, above ground on the ice, these two Rumson players in lockstep also are made to do the same routine.
He also makes one of the players kick the referee, and that player is sent to the sin bin. So the Northern Lights have a power play. Well.
I would say this probably goes beyond what they needed to do to simply interfere with the Rumson Rack.
Seems unnecessarily conspicuous, I would say.
Also, those little discs are only on one player's foot. So, like, imagine you're ice skating, and now control of one of your feet is seized away from you. You wouldn't do an ice skating routine. Your ankles would snap, and you would fall to the ground with.
Well, that would do the job just as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what Charlie should have done is take off his rollerblade and throw it at the wall.
Or just put it in a car going 40 miles an hour in the opposite direction,
tearing the Rumson players in half.
I mean, if If Charlie had any guts at all, he would have just gone to the Rumson player's house in the middle of the night and shattered their legs with a crowbar. It's the same. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah, or maybe put the little graviton thing on the team bus, and then just kind of like have it veer off on the highway or something.
Go sailing into a ravine.
So. Anyway,
so they've stopped the Rumson rack, but the player who was benched is coming back on. He's served his penalty, and he's skating right for Mike, looking to do some damage. They're searching for the disc that corresponds to this player, but they can't find it. But then who should rollerblade awkwardly into the room but Professor Crickstein?
He's here to save the day.
He's heading straight for Mike. Quick, the other chip. Yeah, where's the chip? Shake it. Throw it. Anything. I can't find it. Mike! What are you doing?
I have the other chip! Oh, they're in it, Frank!
He unsteadily skates across the room and then smashes his face into an electrical junction box.
Crickstein is bathed in electricity. And radiation, we have to assume. And then everyone in the room begins to float because they've stopped gravity. You're maybe wondering how that works. Well, here's the science.
It's the electricity!
You must reverse the charge of the gravitons. They're repelling against the positive charge of the Earth.
Final score, 1 Rumson, nothing.
And the particle accelerator starts melting down again. Everyone's levitating,
Charlie and
as are their corresponding players above the ground, which you see it seems like they'd maybe stop the game, like if in a Premier League match, if I don't know, Lionel Messi started floating off the earth,
floating around.
Harry Kane flew off the earth during a Premier League game.
He just floated out of the stadium.
They probably stopped the game.
But look, they're like, well, look, we already stopped this game for a total nuclear meltdown. We're not stopping it again.
Hey, Kane, penalty for floating. Anyway, the Northern Lights score a goal.
Yeah.
And they win. It turns out that the prof headbutting the mains was good, actually, because it reversed the charge of the whatever.
Yeah.
And they're now being repelled against the positive charge of the Earth.
Yes.
But to like a fine level. They're not like pinned to the ceiling or flying off into space.
Yeah, they haven't like reversed Earth's gravity.
Catastrophic. Everyone on the planet floats off the Earth.
They exceptionally luckily they altered Earth's gravity to like the only amount it's okay to. Because if you go either too far one way or the other, more gravity or less gravity, everyone will die. But this
Everyone
amount
will
is
die.
okay.
Yeah, so they just sort of float around.
Charlie and Claire do an awkward 0G kiss.
Yeah.
And we are left. The film ends with a yes, no, that's right. This film ends. This is it. Ends with a heartwarming scene of everyone playing ice hockey. World-changing scientist Dr. Crickstein is there for some reason, playing ice hockey with children, even though he has made 3. Yeah. I mean, he found the graviton, then he discovered this kind of quantum pairing thing, then he broke Earth's gravity.
Yeah.
But I guess he has nothing more important. No interviews with new scientists to do.
No, he's going to play hockey with children. Mike skates up and says that they want to play against the kids because they heard about what you did. How did you hear about that? Says Charlie. I don't know. Maybe because all the players started floating.
Maybe because the Rumson players floated
off the Earth.
But no, it turns out that the reason is because Claire does a little wink and she's like, "Well, maybe I mentioned it to my dad. Who can say I talk in my sleep or whatever."
And then the hockey game kicks off.
Yep.
And the movie's like, "Well, that's all the story we have for you
That's
today."
all the scenes we did.
That's all the
the button on the scene randomizer is all worn out and stuck. So
it got all jammed up.
So I guess we're done.
Some of these are completely out of order and make no sense. Well.
What about this one where the Earth cracks open?
Let me just call up Michael Eisner and see if we can have more. No, he's saying... No, he's saying no.
He's saying air it inside of 12 hours. Okay.
Well, wow, okay. All right, Mr. Eisner.
Okay, so that's Genius. A
baffling mess of a film. Remember when that skeleton started working?
Yeah, there is. It's nominally a sort of high school identity farce, but with just occasionally some absolutely bonkers bits of CGI science. thrown in.
Some of the least safe science I've ever seen.
It's quite exhausting to watch and to talk about, so let's stop abruptly and read an email instead. Folks have sent us some real, genuine treasure that's to do with Brink.
Ah, amazing.
So that's nice.
Oh, Brink. Do you remember when we talked about Brink?
Oh,
What a
that
movie.
one wasn't that good. Remember how coherent Brink was?
Yeah.
Remember how
it was
Brink had a
great.
beginning, middle, and end?
Yeah.
Kelly has emailed. Thank you very much, Kelly, who says, I appreciate that you mentioned the EVD. I'm glad that stuck, by the way. EVD as a, yeah. Mentioned that EVD was in Princess Diaries, but I was sad that you didn't mention that Christina Vidal, who plays Gabriella in Brink, was also the band leader Maddie in Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan.
I have not seen that.
Yeah. I think she was perpetually typecast, says Kelly, as a bad A, and I have to say, she deserves it. I haven't seen Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan, but I will watch it now because, yeah.
Because Gabriella is great, like everyone in Brink.
And Eddie, thank you very much for sending us this absolute treasure. Eddie says, if you want to see an earlier movie with both Brink and Val...
Oh my God.
They were in a 1995 remake of Escape to Witch Mountain. Val is a bully at the orphanage who for some reason loves duck calls. He later helps Brink. And who is in this film alongside both of them? Elizabeth Moss.
Oh, wow.
From Handmaid's Tale.
Real actor,
and
Elizabeth
Mad Men.
Moss.
Yes, real actor Elizabeth Moss.
Who was in Jordan Peele's Us, which I mentioned earlier.
Top of the Lake.
It all links.
Here is a clip of that.
You promised no more bullying.
I wasn't bullying. It's new game, so you made it up.
You okay? I'm Danny. Do I know you?
Little Val, his character, yeah, he's kind of a bully, and he sort of picks on Brink but comes good in the end. And yeah, occasionally he'll sort of finish a sentence with a flourish by playing on a little duck call whistle. Like
that's quite an affectation.
Haha, I'm Val.
Man, if Charlie Boyle was looking for something to be a bad boy, duck call, that would have been it.
Now that's an affectation.
Oh man, what a great affectation.
Yeah. The great thing about it is that on the face of it, you'd be like, a duck call whistle thing, that's not very cool and bad boyish. Mm-hmm. But if you did it with enough confidence, you'd be like, oh, I didn't even realise the duck call whistle was cool and bad boyish. The problem is with me. But thank you very much, Eddie, and thank you very much, Kelly, for those emails. That was great. What film are we doing next, Andy?
Up, Up and Away.
Nice.
Which is a 2000 DCOM. I will read you the description now.
Yes, please.
And according to the tags, it's coming of age science fiction comedy fantasy superhero. So
if you like.
Scott Marshall anxiously awaits his 14th birthday, traditionally the time when superheroes attain full control of their powers. But with the big day less than a week away, Scott shows no sign of special abilities, just when he needs them most.
It's an absolutely wild movie about a superhero family. So check it out. That is your homework. We'll be talking about it on the next episode. Okay, I feel like I've been bathed in radiation, so...
Yeah, that's the feeling they were going for with this film, and they achieved it. So good job everyone involved in Genius. Do you remember when he threw toxic acid in his face twice?
Well, clearly Dr. Krickstein has been mutated in some way, because he gives this wheelchair a sort of casual push and fires it at 100 miles an hour across the stage.
Yeah. But yeah, like the scene from the start of a Spider-Man when he does something. Rips a door off the wall.
Yeah. He's too strong. Okay. All right, that was Genius. Thanks very much for listening. Go reverse the polarity on your graviton accelerator.
Yeah, watch out. Watch out for the Higgs boson. Keep an eye out for it. See you next time, folks.